It is wholly inadequate to the government of any other. If we are self-reliant, liberty and prosperity become the fruit of our virtue. The surest and most effective way for any government to exercise total power over its citizens is to make them utterly dependent upon it for their very means of survival. Prudent men, instinctively wary of a government that does for them what they of right ought to do for themselves, understand that a government powerful enough to dispense such largesse is likewise powerful enough to take from them all the bounty of their labor. If a virtuous and self-reliant people are properly educated, no seduction of sophistry can mislead them. Mr. Jefferson wrote, "If a nation expects to be ignorant and free in a state of civilization, it expects what never was and never will be." If we are to guard against ignorance and remain free, it is the responsibility of every American to be informed, as it is the doom of men that they forget. A knowledgeable citizenry is critical to the longevity of a healthy republic, while an ignorant citizenry is the most powerful tool a would-be tyrant can wield to dismantle it.
Yes, that's right.
Lastly, the crowning practical strength of any virtuous, self-reliant, and well-educated people is their unity. And this finds expression in a common language, a common culture, and a common sense of patriotism. These threads of immeasurable strength bind disparate groups into a unique nation with singular and unconquerable advantages over every other on earth. Thus, the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, with which I am certain you are all familiar. It describes not merely the confederation of 13 colonies united in the cause of liberty and independence, but extends through time to capture the very essence of America itself. A vast melting pot where the living metal of every nation, race, and creed is refined and amalgamated into a distinctively American alloy, one of exceptional strength and remarkable durability. If these cardinal strengths are absent from the national character, if the oppressively grinding forces of cultural decadence so malnourish the body politic as to render it emaciated and indolent, the United States will be doomed to emulate the decline of ancient Rome and fall as spectacularly as she did. The man who does not comport himself to the measure of these standards, who cannot embrace these cardinal strengths, or who lacks the capacity to comprehend how critically important they are to the sustained vitality of a constitutional republic, is a man totally unworthy of any office of public trust, either elected or appointed. Mark well these words, and henceforth judge you, every candidate for office accordingly, lest scoundrels who place their own self-interest above that of the nation continue to pollute the once pristine fountainhead of our nation's government. Fortunately, the remarkable advances in technology made since my time have given you means of communication we never dreamt of. In our day, there is only the quill pen, the printing press, and travel by horse or ship or foot. You, on the other hand, have the power of electricity, and it facilitates instantaneous conversation with unimaginable numbers of people over incomprehensible distances. In effect, every one of you is a latter-day Paul Revere, and your horse, the communication technology you possess. It therefore behooves you to make extensive and unrelenting use of this technology to alert and inform your fellow citizens of approaching catastrophe, and I do mean to use that word to describe it. I shall be blunt. Your president has arrogated to himself a degree of power beyond anything ever imagined or exercised by King George. Congress has become his handmaiden, a compliant and obsequious parliament of serviceable villains. The federal government has become a leviathan, and its abuse of power dwarfs by any measure the overreaching arrogance of the British Crown. If you are unable to stop these ill-designing persons, the day will come when the freedom of communication, along with any others you presently enjoy, will not survive a new age of despotism. You cannot, you must not allow this to happen. For chains and slavery will most assuredly be waiting for you when that darkness descends. I don't envy you the burden of saving this republic, a burden that has fallen with as much oppressive weight upon your shoulders as the onerous responsibility for creating it fell upon ours. Nevertheless, you are the last hope for liberty, and it is incumbent upon you to do all in your power to ensure the success of this noble endeavor. If you do not face the enormity of the task, then who shall face it? If the decisive blow is not struck now, then at what time, if ever, shall it be struck? The future of this republic is in your hands, and may God have mercy if you fail to secure it peacefully, because an appeal to arms and to heaven will be your only recourse. I need not come to so desperate and destructive an end if you have the fortitude of your convictions and the valor to act upon them. If you remember nothing else of what I've said today, then I beg of you, remember this. You are the posterity for whom we hazarded our all at a great expense of treasure, sweat, tears, and our dearest blood. To bequeath to you the very liberty that is now in dire peril of perishing from the face of the earth. You must preserve it for your posterity and ensure that they will make a good use of it. If not, my generation shall repent in heaven that we took half the pain to obtain it.